Hey, you guys, and welcome back to another edition of Unpopular Opinion with me, Krystal Ketchum. So, today's unpopular opinion is really not an unpopular opinion. Today, I'll be talking about Saweetie's performance at the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren Triller Flight Club. So, if you're not used to my unpopular opinions, I always start with the rating, 10 being the highest and 1 being the lowest. So if I had to rate Saweetie's performance, I would give it a 4. I would give it a solid 4. Overall, I like Saweetie. I would say that. I think Saweetie is very green in this industry and she has a lot to learn. Saweetie's definitely in the beginning stages of her career. But let me just jump into this performance. First of all, when the performance started, I did not feel the energy. I've watched so many performances, and usually when the music come on and they start dancing, I start getting into it. But this performance right here, I thought was very lackluster. Almost 2 minutes in the performance, I asked myself, I wonder how long did she practice for this? My second question, I was like, I wonder, did they really go over the lighting and the camera angles? Watching her performance, I never knew how important lighting was until watching Saweetie's performance. The lighting was so bad, and that attributed to me giving her performance a 4. I don't think the lighting was good at all. Like, it didn't shine on her or the dancers. It was very dark and gloomy. Secondly, the camera angles. Overall, the performance was bad. If there was better camera angles, I would have probably bumped it up. Like for her, her little solo breakout, that wide angle was very bad. The switching between her and Doja Cat looked very messy. Doja Cat joined her from another stage set, and that was the like a ring. Doja was kind of lackluster as well. You could tell she forgot her lyrics at one point, and that leads me back to my first question. How long did y'all have to practice for this? Jumping back into Saweetie's performance, I thought the outfits could have been better. The crop top with the long pants, I really wasn't feeling it. There was nothing really to it. The dancers' outfits were typical. At the end where she kind of took the pants off and it was like a sheer number, I still wasn't feeling it. I don't know what she could have worn, but I think it could have been better. Jumping into the choreography, I noticed a lot of the rap girls now are dancing and a lot of people are into it, but I'm one of the people, I'm definitely not into the rap girls dancing. Because some of them, it just looks very forced and it doesn't look natural. I think, 1-2 number is cute. But for the girls who really are just not natural dancers, I think they need to stop dancing because it looks very forced and uncomfortable. I don't think Saweetie is one of the dancing girls. I think she can do a cute 1-2 step. I would rather see her, instead of dancing, put more energy into your rapping, into your performance, and getting the crowd hype. Let your dancers do that. And you can join in on a quick little 1-2, but I don't think dancing is Saweetie's thing. The choreography really went along with the songs too much. Saweetie's breakout number in My Type, I wasn't feeling it when she was just sliding on the floor, doing all that wild, swinging with her hair. And it didn't attribute to the energy of the performance. Overall, the energy of the performance was very, very low. It was not interesting. Another thing I think Saweetie needs to work on is if you're going to lip sync, you got to do it right. Because if you don't, it would just make your performance that much worse. And I was, I think she focused way too much on dancing and instead of like focusing on her lip singing. And that showed she didn't try. And it just leads me back to how much time did y'all spend rehearsing for this? From the looks of it, it wasn't much. If I had to guess, they probably spent a week rehearsing. I wish they would have spent more time because I think it would have been a lot better. One of the performances I actually liked from a rap group was City Girls I believe it was at the BET Awards, and it was choreographed by Sean Bankhead. Now, for 2 rappers, that was a good performance. I believe they were lip singing too, but that was actually a good performance compared to Saweetie's performance at this Triller Fight Club. I was not entertained. Also, there was nothing to her stage setup. When you have an artist that really doesn't have the vocal range or the performance aspect, that's when your stage setup really has to be up to par to really make up for the things you lack. When I say that, I want you to think about The Weeknd's performance at the Super Bowl. The Weeknd doesn't really dance, and his vocal range is not like top tier, but the production of his performance made up for that because that was interesting and entertainment. And I think that's where they messed up here. Because Saweetie is not a dancer,